broad dressed up like Princess Peach, just 400 pounds of lady poured into a 60-pound dress, and you're like, fucking go you. You have tits on your back, and I God bless you. Go
Morgan
nuts.
Freeman says in the commercial, "Let your freak flag fly." You are the anomaly, the statistical anomaly. You're like the really beautiful. Well, you're beautiful. I mean, you know, you are. You're just a beautiful lady, but you're like the one at Comic-Con dressed as like Lara Kane, and people are like, "Oh, Lara
Croft.
She's Lara.
My character's Lana Kane.
Fuck you, nerd! I got it right.
He smushed them together.
Oh, it's Lana. It's Lana Kane.
Yeah, Lana Kane.
All right.
I'm with you. Yeah.
So you'll actually go to Comic-Con as Lana Kane.
I've never dressed up as my character.
But you did for Halloween. I saw your Twitter.
Oh, no, that was someone else. That was a fan who did that and sent it to me. Yeah, oh, yeah.
I don't know what you did on Halloween more than you.
Because you were staring at what I was doing.
Yeah,
studying your Twitter feed.
I was like, if she dresses as Kane, we're in business.
The fans are always it's too meta for me. No, I'm never going to do it. And it's funny because I'm like, it just feels too like, hey, this is me on TV. Please be my friend. But I said that to Carlos Ferro, who plays the voice of a character in this video game Gears of War. He plays not Dom, but God, I can't think of the name of the character right now. I'll think in a minute. And I was like,
you're racist.
I am a racist.
Not Dom.
Not Dom. The other guy. The guy's his buddy.
Dom.
He's and
some other
some Mexican guy. And I was like, it's so lame to dress up like your own character on TV. He was like, mom, because he was dressed like his video game character. But, whatever floats your boat. I won't do it.
People that go to Comic-Con, you are the person that they think they're going to see, and then they wind up seeing the girl with tits on her back.
Yeah, dressed like me.
And like Mario.
Or like a white lady dressed like me, which there are a lot of white ladies dressed up like
with the Mario Brothers, like giant mushroom and Luigi tattooed to their back under their back tits.
Exactly.
But like you're the actual 5'10" svelte.
I strangely look like my character, though.
Athletically, beautifully built, sexy lady at Comic-Con. Like you must melt these guys' nerd minds. Does the neck beard singe when you walk by?
This is just tears like a snotty blubber. Because I was such a nerdy kid, I was such a pariah, like social pariah as a kid. I'm very kind to everybody. Like I'm pretty easygoing. I'll sign anything. I'll talk to anyone. So generally people flip out, but then I'm nice to them. You know what I mean? So it ends up just being a little bit of a love fest. Those are my people. I read like every Bradbury, every short story, I was so into sci-fi when I was a kid. And I really was not a very cool kid. So that's my tribe, really. When I go, I love it.
I wouldn't say they're my tribe, but I'm like, I kind of trade paint with them. Like I'm up against it.
Yeah.
Because I remember like in high school, in like AP English, when they go, we're going to read Fahrenheit 451, and me going, yes.
Yeah, right.
I already read it. This is great. And I'm looking around like, I think they'll really like it. There's a mechanical dog that just never stops. And it's an allegory for,
Yes, for the destruction of society, the injection of technology.
You just can't stop.
No, I love it.
So you really were like a super nerdy kid.
Yeah, I posted a photo of myself on the Girl and Guy Facebook page a little while ago to prove to people how nerdy I was. And I never had so many people comment on a photo. And it's me, 8th grade. I'm 6 feet tall at 13. And I'm winning the science fair. And I've got glasses, honestly, that touch both my forehead and my chin. And I have on a Casio calculator watch. So fuck you.
While wearing a keytar. And a members-only scarf.
Members-only scarf. I can't remember what I was wearing, but I do know that I had one of those shitty canvas. Remember the old canvas belts, like the metal buckle that was like a grommet, was like a military issue.
Yeah.
And I had one color. I had like one in every color to match my nerdy shirts.
This is up in San Francisco.
San Francisco. Yeah.
That's your stomping grounds.
That was where I was born and raised.
I saw you tweeting, "Thank you, 49ers, for no longer breaking my heart." Oh, the Niners for not breaking my heart.
You know how you go from being a fan to being disappointed to actively hating your own team?
Yeah, the Jets.
Actively fucking hating them.
They're fucking hate.
Oh, like to the point where like I don't even want to see that. I didn't watch for fuck them. They're heartbreakers.
Yeah.
And this was the best year ever.
It was really strange to me that Mike Singletary didn't get them to work as hard as Jim Harbaugh.
Well, the whole thing was Singletary and Vernon Davis.
Can't win with him.
Right?
Can't do it.
Can't do it.
Can't do it.
But he sent Vernon Davis to the locker room
Yeah.
In the middle of gameplay.
Yeah.
It was outrageous. And when Vernon got that touchdown,
it's the exact same touchdown and celebration as Terrell Owens, Steve Young to Terrell Owens in the championship game.
Fuck Terrell Owens.
No, but do you remember
I do remember it,
he got crushed on contact, took his helmet off and cried like a baby.
Like a little...
Me and Tom Segura were talking about...
He came and he ruined the 49ers.
He's a fucking
nuclear bomb.
There's no reason that guy's not on a roster.
No, because he's fucking impossible. And also, he killed the Eagles and he killed the Niners. He came and he fucked with morale. He fucked up the whole
Maybe it's you.
Do you think?
T.O.
Do you think, T.O.? You bipolar kook.
Let's bring him out. Terrell?
I'm going to see him. I'm going to see him at some point, too, and he's going to say something about it. He's just the kind of guy.
Were you surprised that Mike Singletary couldn't get this group of guys on the same page?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough about his approach to the game. I feel like everybody was surprised that he wasn't more of like a spirit leader. I feel like he was good with spirit. I don't feel like he was a good tactician. Do you know what I mean? I don't feel like
Herman Edwards. Wayne Corbett once told me, greatest coach in the league from Monday to Saturday.
Right, and then he didn't know
what down it was.
Yeah.
But during the week, he's like, come on, man.
Right.
Put your name on it. Put your name on it. Come on, you got to get the corners. Got to get the corners.
And everyone walks away like, I want to do something, but I don't know what it is. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
He also told me Bill Parcells was such a motherfucker.
Right.
But he always won.
He could execute.
And he said for a rookie or second-year guy, Bill Parcells will be the best thing to ever happen to you. But when you've been in the league 8 years and you run the wrong route, and this guy rides you for literally from week 2
of the season
to week 16 into the playoffs, and then in training camp, make sure you get the route right, okay? When Wayne Corbett got his new contract, and it was something like way more money than I guess he should have gotten in hindsight, but it was like $3 million a year for like 3 years. Parcells only referred to him as, hey, look, everybody, it's the great Wayne Corbett.
Oh, jeez.
And that's like with Keyshawn there, who's throwing gas on the fire at all times.
Yeah.
And in film, he'd go, so you're going to run a go right here. Tight end's going to wash out the linebacker. Then the great Wayne Corbett, everybody. He's going to curl right underneath, and hopefully the great Wayne Corbett will do us a favor, and he'll catch that ball if he's not too busy.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But
you can't work with that. You can't work with it.
If you're a rookie, though, you become super better.
Right.
Like he
just harassed into excellence.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But with
just shamed into it.
Singletary wore that giant wooden cross around his neck and a stopwatch. Like, I don't know why a coach needs a stopwatch. There's clocks all over the candles. Yes, he's a digital. He's Bobby Digital. He's Tony. Where Ghostface meets Flav, there has to be a digital clock.
Ridiculous.
Fuck. What can't you talk about? You're the best.
You're so sweet.
Do you think
I will fake it just enough to make it seem like I know what I'm talking about?
No, you ain't faking it. That's why we've always gotten along. Neither one of us are full of shit.
Right?
But Tom Segura sat in that chair, and we got obsessed with Mike Singletary because when he played, he was like, oh, this is my kind of party right here. Oh, yeah. This is my kind of party. I love the national anthem, baby. But then when he coached, let me tell you about Vernon Davis. He turns into fucking Maya Angelou, the flight of the Raven.
Everybody bow your heads.
And it's like, well, which one is he playing
I can't look at the film with my head bowed.
Look at the game tape.
I can't watch the films.
Like, I'm like, which one was he playing up?
Right. I don't know. I mean,
you know the clips when his eyes are huge on the field. Like, this is my kind of part.
Oh, yeah,
baby.
Oh yeah, he was great.
And then when he coached, he sounded like he was on, Thurston Howell from Gilligan's Island.
He was just smelling himself. He was smelling himself that whole time. I mean, these guys want to create a cult around like their whole approach to the game.
Can't do it.
Who's the guy who's been doing him on Letterman?
I don't know.
There's some guy doing him on Letterman.
Really?
Yeah, he's been doing it for a while. It's funny. I don't know if it's particularly on, but it's just trading on this whole.
So you came here. This is big league stuff. You go from the talk with Miss Sharon Osbourne.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the fabulous Sharon Osbourne.
And, the gang. Sarah, I called them Melissa Gilbert.
It happens.
Sarah and Julie. All, I've never met Ms. Osbourne.
She's fucking awesome.
However, okay, now you know how I got to World of Warcraft convention. Ozzy was performing.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And I said, what time do you think he'll go on? Because I realized the night before, I'm looking down on the stage, and there's all these weird words written down. I realized an hour into the night, it's his set list.
Oh, yeah.
And I see War Pigs is third. So I go, what time does he go on? Because I just want to come to War Pigs. So I'm staying upstairs.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And there's a huge convention center.
Yeah, I take the elevator down. I see War Pigs. I go upstairs. I watch Law and Order with Jerry Orbach. I'm happy.
Why wouldn't you?
And they go, well, he'll walk out at 7:30. I go, that's cute. What? And they go, oh, no. Sharon gets he'll be on stage at 7:29 and 59 as that shit clicks.
He's evolving like backwards or I don't know what the direction is, but like he was a slob in his younger days. That dude is like 7:29 fucking on boom 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 in bed by 10 o'clock watching Letterman.
He's like an Ayn Rand character, like just 7:30 show.
Exactly. 7:30 show, 5:30 dinner, 7:30 show, 9:30 bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I came down, they said 7:30. And I go, well, there's going to be applause. This song, that song, like Suicide Solution, Mr. Crowley. That shit's long. I don't really give a shit. I go, I'm coming down at 7:50. 7:50 is halfway through Mr. Crowley. And then all of a sudden, the fucking War Pigs.
Perfect.
And I lost my shit.
Oh, that's great.
And
how did he sound? He sounds great, doesn't he? Sounds good?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Is the answer. He sounds incredible.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, I wish I could shoot foam at the audience.
Right.
And tell them, laugh, motherfuckers, laugh! Exactly. He's going, clap your fucking hands! And they're all just like,
I guess. Why wouldn't I?
We're not used to expressing ourselves. We're usually alone in our homes.
Oh, exactly. We don't know how to feel.
And he's going, laugh! And he starts spraying him with foam. I'm like, how much would I love that at the Ontario Improv?
Just walk out with silly string. Just do the whole front line.
I gotta tell you, War Pigs was exactly as great as I needed it to be. I lost my shit.
And it sounds as it should and as you remember it in every way.
Yeah, it sounds like it's on the album. And I'm like with Ted Price from Insomniac Games and like the owner of World of Warcraft and I'm going
stinking of money.
Crazy.
That Warcraft guy must stink of money.
And I will say this. I was very proud about 2 minutes into War Pigs. They're going crazy too.
Yeah.
I like to think I got them at their shackles off. I'm like, come on, it's like War Pigs, man. Who was on the talk today? This will air a week from when we're recording.
That's perfectly fine.
I bank them in case I have to go to the hospital.
I bank my shows like crazy. People get pissed. I know that there are specific guests who are mad at me. I'm caught up now, but in the fall, I was worried I was going to have to go to Canada to do a series, and so I banked like 20 shows in like 4 or 5 weeks.
I was wondering how you were ahead of me.
I know.
Like episode 50. I'm like, what the fuck's going on around here? 50?
I was panicked. I was like, what if I have to leave the country to work? You know how you get a job and all of a sudden, like a week later, you're in fucking Vancouver. And
the Sutton Place Hotel?
The lovely Sutton Place. I was in Toronto last year and the Sutton Place is done. And thank God it was the worst place to live ever. It was like, might as well fucking pitch a tent.
What series did you think you were going to get?
I did a series last year called 13 with Stuart Townsend. It's like an action, almost like a 24, like a two-hander 24. He plays a guy who lost his memory and then he wakes up and doesn't know who he is and he finds out he was an assassin. I played his like ex-lover and a CIA agent. And we shot 13 episodes in Toronto last year and it was supposed to go again this fall. I was expecting to go back.
Do you know about this show?
Oh, yeah.
I was like, how have I not?
It hasn't aired here yet. It was joint Canadian and French HBO, essentially.
Do you have another mic? 'Cause I know you're going to go head first into Archer in a minute.
Oh, yes.
You grew up in San Francisco. You went to fucking Dartmouth.
Sorry.
I barely got. I think I got out of high school just because they could not bear having me a fifth year.
Have you around anymore.
I was just nonstop. I think the Spanish word is tremendo, which is Spanish for it's like having a monkey.
I would have guessed tremendous, but was it just like
it's not tremendous? Like, it's like like those kids you see at Disneyland with like on leashes,
right? Oh yeah,
they're
like
tremendo.
running around.
So what did you get? And don't say you don't remember. What did you get on your SATs?
I do remember, and it wasn't that high. It was maybe like a 1380.
Yeah, wow. How could you live with yourself?
All the Asian kids get 1600. Now I'm racist again. Sorry,
they're all people. At UCLA. Yeah, you gotta be careful. You're a CBS lady.
I know. Well, as Asian, is the stereotype that Asians are smart a bad stereotype?
I don't think so.
I don't think any Asian would deny it. Even like a fuck up Asian would be like, yeah, we are kind of smart.
Asian. My wife once said to me, Asian, realize you shouldn't really make fun of Asians. And I go, why? She goes, they're our best citizens. I go, what do you mean? She goes, they are constantly working. They make a shitload of money. They spend a shitload of money. They gamble their cocks off.
Yeah, they don't break the law.
No, and they take care of their elderly.
They take care of their old people. They don't put them in a home. They're like super tight knit. Yeah,
that driveway is clean.
There's never.
You saw outside. There's some dog shit bag in my driveway. I'm like, whose is this?
Sitting. First of all,
or a bag of candy.
How could you be living in a neighborhood like this? And we live in similar types of neighborhoods, even though I live on the other side of LA. And you walk out and someone has let their dog shit in your lawn. I will shoot you. I will take your fucking life. That is outrageous. My neighbor said he came out of his house one morning, like drinking a cup of coffee, getting the paper, and a lady was standing in his yard, letting her dog shit on his lawn. And he's like, hey, and she goes, lay off the coffee. Bitch, I will tackle you now and shove your nose in it.
My dad used to, that would happen when I'm from Long Island, and he would stalk the people for a week and then start taking the dog shit and putting it on their front porch, like every day. Yeah. Is Bill Shakespeare over there?
It's unacceptable. If you have a dog and you do that,